So this is the solution. Let's start with the problem. This is the problem. Pens. I have a full load of pens. I'm a big pen guy. But having a good spot to put them, don't want to keep them in a lunchbox or toolbox. So I made this. Let's start from the beginning and see how we got here. So it all started with this pen. I wanted to figure out what is a good way I could find a way to have this pen on my desk, because I keep a desk on my pen. Wow, I keep a pen on my desk, but only one, and so it's just flopping around, and I wanted a place to put it. So I decided, let's try and figure out a way. So the cool and not cool thing is, this is the first one I made. Technically not this exact 3D print, but this kind of same shape was the first one I made, and it works. So like perfectly fits in here. The only problem is doesn't work. So we had to try and fix it. I then decided, let's just have it where you attach two, and then yeah, that's gonna work. Didn't work. So then I decided, well, let's take it, and so if you can tell, I flipped it around. So now they go together, but the opposite way. So now you put it like this, boom, it stays. But oh, I need to use this pen. Falls. Doesn't work. So I changed it to now having these angles there, because I thought, oh, well, if you can kind of put it on an angle, it should work. Yeah, the angle completely off. Why I have an angle on the front? I don't know. So then I changed the angle to actually be the same angle of like that this hole's coming out of. So now you do it. Boom, look at that. But now you just have a bunch of pens standing up, and you can't attach them like this. So if you're standing like this, yeah, cool, but the only way it stands by itself is like that, and it's honestly kind of stupid. So then I changed it again to make it long and tall, and thought, oh yeah, you put it this way, that's why it's not long enough, that's why it keeps falling. Nope, doesn't work. So then we add chapstick, which inserted like this, boom, works. Then oh sweet, yeah, I can take it out and put it back in. Awesome. I want some chapstick. False. So technically, yes, it works, you just can never use your chapstick, which defeats the purpose of having this. So then I thought, you know what, let's just make it big. So I made it big. Now it's wider, so now it will hold. And then I didn't know which would work better, having a rounded one or having a pointed one. Turns out, 1, 2, both don't work. But if you take it like this, whoops, it stands now. Comes up a little bit, but it stands. So it semi-solved the problem. And then I realized, well, since I made it at an angle that allows you to add the parts together, kind of like Legos, you can then do this. So look at that. Now you have a circle of pens. So you go boom, boom, wow. Also highlighters, boom, 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 boom. And you know what? Throw in a pencil. Boom, it works. So then I thought, wow, that's pretty sweet. Obviously, if these are all the same size, these line up perfectly, so that makes it even look even cooler. But then I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. Kind of awkward to have at your desk. Well, can you just make it bigger? So then I thought, well, could you add extra pieces in between and make it bigger? Yep, you can do that. And so now, since all the holes are the exact same size, it allows you an extremely way more amount of space for your pens. And if you're feeling kind of special in a good way, you put your drink inside. And the one kind of interesting part I found was, say you needed a drink, but you're kind of swiping your hand. Boom, you hit a pen, it prevents you from knocking over your drink. So it kind of offers a barrier because you can still grab it from above, but kind of swiping your hand, you got to hit this thing pretty freaking hard to knock over the drink. So it kind of saves you by protecting you with the pen blockage, which is kind of cool. But then there's one more upgrade. If you add it where you put two right here, where now the hole's a little bigger, you can say maybe put a timer in the middle. So now you have a timer there around with your pens that can be the next little thing. And so then it led me to believe that with these kinds of intricate connecting parts where you add specifics for each spot, you can have this as a full connecting system on your desk. So you can have one that holds, say, post-it notes, ones that holds erasers, one that holds forks, one that holds pens, and you can connect them all in any shape. You can have these where they have corners and make it like PVC pipe, and now you can make different shapes to go along your desk. So now it can go along the back, and then you just have all your pens in the back that you place. And they're not in the way because they're not laying down. They're on an angle that, I mean, really, if that's at the back, you're not like, you just reach and grab it, boom. You don't really have to worry. And so kind of offers the modularity of some of these like very popular kind of organizational spots. But you have many different places. And then obviously you have this little tab right here. Give me a sec. This little tab right here that can put a thumb drive in. So I don't know how many thumb drives you have, but the next thing I could do is add little more storage off of those in the same way like this. If you take this, put this here, it inserts in. Now you have a little tab on the back that, boom, you put this on. Yeah, you move it at all, it's donezo. But along the same lines, you could have another storage spot behind it as well. So there's a lot of ability for modularization, which is a new word I just made up totally. But I mean, it's kind of sweet, it's kind of awesome, and it solves the problem of having a pen, because now I keep this on my desk. So I have this now, and then I can keep my pens, maybe this rock, I don't know. I got a lot of weird stuff on my desk. But I mean, boom, now it's out of the way, it's near it, and it's all organized into one little spot. So I mean, I think it's pretty sweet. And the crazy thing is one of these little guys takes like 30 minutes. These, some are a little easier to take out than others. This takes about an hour. So it's like, ooh, close. So it's kind of cool, and it allows for quick printability, and I don't know, it's sweet. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy, and let me know, do you want this? What should I improve on it? Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.